everyone. It may be a little loud because I'm making some almond milk. I'm Kathy Hester and I am a milk maker addict. Just kidding. You guys know that I do a lot of milk maker videos. I thought it would be cool to have this close so you could see. Oh, here we go. Let's get rid of that one. There's enough noise in here already. But so anyhow, the big news is I got a preview box of the StrainMate. So Miomat, the company that makes my favorite large heated milk maker, made hopefully the strainer of our dreams. And we're going to unbox this. I'm making some almond milk so that we can test it. So I'm going to unbox it, wash it, and then we'll see how it goes. So a couple of things, and let's see if you can see it. Hey Tanya, I'm so excited about this. Let me see if I can make this camera where it'll show. Well, actually, I don't even know if we need this when the lighting part is out. Yay, CJ and Susan. I'm so excited. I have not opened it at all. I promised you all that I would wait for you, and I have. So they only got like 10 preview copies of this. DJ is vegan, is waiting for hers to be delivered. Elizabeth is here too. Susan Richardson. Yay. Okay, so you can kind of see it's more than just a strainer. So it's a lid, a strainer, a glass pitcher, and a smusher. And it's called StrainMate Premium. It is expensive, but I think it's going to be worth it. And I'll kind of show you what I'm expecting to see, so you have the same expectations I do if you have no idea what this thing is. So let me just, I've got their website open. So this is kind of what we're looking for, something thereabouts. Even the smusher, or the press through the thing, is also stainless steel. That's one of the reasons it's expensive. They're expected to ship in the middle of May. That's what I'm seeing. So anyhow, it is like $100. I know a lot of you guys ordered it when it was less expensive and you got something. Yeah, I appreciate, and so does Eric. I'm not involved with them except I am an affiliate for them, but I love their products. And I think they're so awesome. Like, they emailed all of you that things were late. What happened is the first manufacturing had a flaw and they didn't like it. So, and they just didn't accept it. And another company might have just sent them out. Okay, so it's for plant-based milk, obviously. And let's see what, here we go. And it's in Spanish and in English. I believe they're in Brazil too. So actually, can I read it backwards? That small? No. But what I can do is we'll do it overhead. So it's for straining, storing any plant-based milk. You don't have to have a Miomat milk maker to use this. It could be, you could be using your blender and you're like, I am tired of the nut milk bags. And so I'll also show you the cheap strainer that I've been using and you guys have mostly been using. It's, and mine is literally starting to have a crack in here. So this is all plastic. This is not this one. This is what we're kind of comparing it to. But this small mesh has been really, really nice. So it's a 44-ounce pitcher made out of thick tempered glass, 3 or 4 stainless steel strainer with 180 micron mesh. It's dishwasher safe and controlled flow spout. I have bad luck with the all spouts, so we'll see about this one. Silicone cover for safe storage, so you can strain it and put it in there. Microwave safe glass for easy reheating, and the measurements are directly on the pitcher. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And it's got the nice little graphics that we're used to seeing from Miomat that I think just makes everything so delightful. I have this out to put part of the Miomat in. So the first thing we have, as I'm used to, is care instructions. There's a free recipe book download. There's warranty. It's warranted for 2 years. So I'll read more of this later. Safety precautions. And then again, it's in Spanish as well, which is really nice. I'm so excited. Okay. All right, so that's just cardboard. So I'm thinking this is our silicone lid. It feels very silicone-y. And of course, be careful with this bag. Oh, it's heavy. This is significant. It's significantly heavy. Wow, this is nice. It's got Miomat, some little, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see if we can see it in the light from here. No, it has like some little cute little graphics on there. Is this going to be our pusher? It's our pusher. Okay. And so this is very similar to the plastic one that came with this guy, only it's stainless steel. This isn't too heavy, but that's probably for a good thing. Like it's not too thick because we don't want to mess things up. So it does have a little bit of things you can push. All right. This is an incredibly nice measuring cup. We've got pints and milliliters on one side and ounces and cups on the other. This is hefty. This is like a giant, and it's got the Miomat logo. And now, for the thing we've all been, ooh! I'm gonna look at it before I show you guys. You guys. Okay, this is stainless. This is stainless. And look, it may even be a little bit more fine. It's as equal, if not more fine than this one. And the only thing that I see right now is we might need to make sure that we scrub this with our fine mesh brush. And look at this. You know how I've been balancing this on another strainer on top of a thing. It fits just like this. It's got Miomat on it. Oh, I'm stoked. It seems really well built. Now, obviously, if you start punching around on the screen, I'm sure you could mess it up. Just like, I mean, this one isn't any better. But I'm touching it with this and pressing, and it seems really solid. Okay, I'm gonna come over to the sink and wash it, and we'll hang out if you have some questions. And you should do this with anything new, really. We'll just put a little soap in here. Actually, we can do it this way. In case there's any machining things or bits of dust from the factory. It's just always good to go ahead and at least rinse things. And I put the almond milk on raw. And even with raw, it cooks. So just so you know, and I'll get a towel and I'll start kind of drying some of this stuff over there. I don't have to dry it, perfectly. I'm so excited. I just can't even begin to tell you. So there was a time that I was going to possibly make one of these, and I was kind of glad because I don't really work with manufacturers, and Miomat already had, and they reached out to me after they saw one of my other milk maker reviews, which made me like them, because I said, look, I'm telling people what I like, what I don't like, and they're like, that's great, I'd love to see unbiased information. Too many people are just like doing milk makers that have like Amazon referral sites, so they're not really testing them. And that's one of the reasons I really started liking Eric. And we've just had a really good relationship. And I was very excited when he said he was thinking of doing it. I hadn't talked to him yet. I had just talked to you guys a little. And I was like, he has a manufacturer that he already works with. And unfortunately, I think that's right about the time that tariffs and materials started going up. And yes, Tanya was saying you could use it to make yogurt, like to strain for Greek yogurt. Absolutely. Anything, you could probably use it as a jelly or jam strainer as well, I would think, because we've used jelly bags to strain milk. I'm gonna put pot holder. I have a hot pad somewhere and I don't know where it is, but just because we're going to be pouring hot milk into here. And it's done. Look at me timing it almost perfectly. Okay, so we have these pieces. We have this guy here. Okay, I'm going to unplug this now. Oh, and I'm going to throw my mouse on the floor. Because why not? It's the exciting life that we live sometimes, yeah? All right. This is how I always work this. There's a spatula I like that's real thin and flexible. I scrape all of this off. Now, if almond milk has been heated at all, usually it will froth, like for a latte or a cappuccino. If you wanted to make truly raw milk, you'd probably have the Nama if you're doing it on a regular basis. But you could use the smoothie setting and you could get it too. Out in here, let me let you see what the milk looks like. Already it's nice and frothy and yummy. Do here first. I will probably get some. Oh. The thing is this is the first time ever that I can put the whole thing in and strain instead of having to fuss with it. I'm very excited about that. So I also come and take my spatula to get every little bit out that I can. It makes it easier to clean up as well as that. And since this is almond milk and not soy milk, I'm gonna taste that. It tastes really good. I use Blanche almonds, which you guys have seen me use in classes and stuff, because that way, hi Colleen, that's awesome. That way the leftover milk pulp will be white, and when I make it into a queso or a ricotta, it just looks nicer. That's the only reason I use it. Okay. And as you can see, a lot of this has already come through, but there's still some at the top. Yeah, and it's an amazing silicone lid. I've never seen one that's so substantial. Hey Marilyn, it's awesome to see you. Let's see. I know a lot of you have them on order. I squealed yesterday. And Tanya says, my almond milk froths for coffee and I don't use hot water. I would be curious to know what your ratio is to nuts to water, because if it's high fat enough too, it will also froth. But in general, it can be a little iffy. So just know, like if you get boxed almond milk, it's not going to froth. But it's good to see you guys. All right, let's try this guy out. Usually, you know, I actually use this very one and I scrape. And you could still do that. Oh, this works really pretty good. Look at that. And you can see there's still a lot of really good pulp in here. Oh, okay. I'm a happy girl. And you can see some of it right here. See how it's a really nice fine pulp. And the froth is, you could let it stop frothing, like let it sit for a little while. This was, and so now I can press every little bit of, and I'll show you from the sideways. A half a cup of almonds to 4, yeah, that would be a little bit higher, I think. Or about like this, because you're using the Nama now. It could also be something with how fast it spins around. That I don't know. But see how every little thing puts every little push puts a little bit more in here? You guys, my dreams are come true. I was going to have to order another plastic one, which I really didn't want to do. How fine is the strainer? Let me give you the exact 180 micron mesh. 180 micron mesh. But I mean, it works faster because it's wider. It's significantly wider than this one, which lets the pulp, and I'll let you see from the top. So this is it, you know, about the same. So because it's wider, it's even easier. Look at that. Okay, let me put the pulp in something. I was expecting to be significantly impressed. I'm even more impressed than I thought I was going to be. All right, so what I do is then, you can always freeze this too. Let's say I was, I don't know, going to go on a trip tomorrow, which I'm not, but this time. But oftentimes I'm like, I really want some milk before we go. Tanya made a joke. She said, oh, that's too bad. I need 190 micron. Just joking. I know. It seems to be as small, possibly a tiny bit. Once it gets so small, I don't know anymore. But I think it is a little bit smaller mesh than the plastic one we've all been using. Now, there are a couple of little, I'm not sure how to say. So see how there's a couple places where the metal are together. It may be a little harder to get every tiny bit off, or I might need a smaller spatula. But seriously, if that's my biggest problem, I'm okay. If I lose half a teaspoon or a quarter of teaspoon of okara or milk pulp, and we'll take it and we'll rinse it too. And let's see what the lid looks like on it. I like that it look at this. Can you guys see? It even has a little thing so it shouldn't spill out. Yes, Marilyn. So I have a preview strainer. So they got 10 to retest. So they had a problem and then they got kind of the first preview ones. They sent me one, and then I've been promising to. So I think they're supposed to come out around May because they're having some problems getting with the manufacturer. So let's see how this fits in. Oh, and this is like literally, that's great. I love that. One of the things, we keep getting all these different milk jars to put in, but when the holes are really small, like even, do I have one? I don't have one in here right now, but when they're small and your hand can't fit into it, there's always something in the bottom, so I don't like that. So this is just the preview one. This is what you will get though. And then let me come over and we'll wash this and see how I anticipate ease of use. So that's me just rinsing. Now it's almond milk, so because it's nuts, you are going to want to make sure you get all the oils off, right? So that did that. With the strainers, I usually wash it both ways in case something's stuck. And you can kind of see, let's see. there's a couple of little places, then I just scrub this way and rinse, and then I do the opposite. And kind of rinse anything that might be stuck down. This is a way overcomplicated explanation of what I'm doing. In case you were wondering, why would she be talking about all this? And it's just, these are questions that somebody's going to have for me. How easy is it to clean? And they did return all the original strainers from last year because they were not up to standard. This is nice. This is really, really nice. Yeah. This is great. Oh, I'm really excited. I mean, because when this is the only game in town, you're like, woohoo! But this versus this. Now, let's look at some of the paperwork and the warranties and things like that now that we've kind of tested it all out. So again, if you've pre-ordered them, they should be around May. I think mid to late May is what it was saying. Let me look again. Middle of May is what they're anticipating. Maryland's started using a quart mason jar with a mason top lid that has a handle to hold milk. I've seen those. Those are really nice too. And you don't have to use this for storage. The reason it's coming back up some is because it's hot. So I'm going to let it cool off. Maybe I'll make a little London fog tea latte to perk up my day. Okay, so and this I would just mix some lactic acid, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of salt, and then you kind of have a cheese that you can sprinkle on things. It will be drier like a queso fresca or a ricotta. I have recipes on YouTube for that as well. So if you haven't done that. So let's see. I'm so excited. Hopefully you guys are excited for yours. Okay. Warranty information. Your StrainMate is covered by a 2-year limited warranty from the date of purchase. That may be changed. I would ask him, since the date of purchase was before it came. I think that, I don't know, I'll ask him about that. The warranty protects against defects in materials and workmanship under normal household use. The warranty does not cover damage by misuse, accidents, or improper handling. So like if you were trying to push a knife through it or something like that, or use something that was not a good tool, breakage from impacts or sudden temperature changes, normal wear and tear, including scratches and discolorations. And that often happens with stainless steel, but okay. Everyday use, place the strainer securely on the pitcher before pouring. Use the straining rod in a circular motion to speed straining. And I've got to say, when I used the plastic one that came with the plastic strainer, I didn't like it at all. I really liked this guy. This guy worked really well. And it took so much less time. So in the little one, I have to do it in 2 batches, sometimes 3. And so pushing isn't as easy. Cleaning, rinse right after use to prevent residue buildup on the mesh. So we check, we got that. Use a soft brush to clean the mesh. Don't use metal brushes, steel wool, or abrasive scrub pads, just like on any other stainless steel item you have. All parts are dishwasher safe, but top rack or hand washing will give the longest life. I would choose not to do it. I mean, if for some reason we went away on a trip and it got nasty, maybe it didn't get rinsed properly in the sink, or then I would use the top rack dishwasher to kind of sanitize it. But I think for the price, you really want to take care of it. So that's what I would do. Okay, don't use acidic cleaners like vinegar or lemon. So those of you who use like vinegar cleanings, I use Branch Basics, and we just add some water and use that as dish detergent. So it's really mild. And here's the thing you're going to want to know. If the strainer gets clogged, soak it overnight in warm water with a little dish soap and gently brush it the next day. For stubborn clogs, add a bit of baking soda to the water. And so what happens is these are little micro things, like actually, let's see. No, that's still just water. Sometimes you can see, especially after soy, because it tries to stick on this, that there's some little pieces of debris, but just soak it. If you soak it, make sure you remember it or make a note. So, you know, I wouldn't want this to soak in water unless it absolutely had to. And I feel like the debris washed off way better than it did on the other one. I think I'm seeing one speck, and that's kind of working itself out. So I would also, I did dry it, but you can't get into all these nooks and crannies perfectly. So I would probably dry it upside down for the best long use of it. So does anybody have any questions? And again, it's the brand new Miomat StrainMate. And again, we did an unboxing. We made some almond milk in the Miomat. The strainer will work with anything you want it to work with. So again, this is the strainer. But it also comes with this. It fits perfectly on top. It holds one whole batch of Miomat, which is awesome. It has a stainless steel thing. And yes, I have the preview. So I have the preview. You guys, it's still going to be about May before they go out to all of you who have pre-ordered. But I promised you the moment I got my hands on it that I would unbox it. This top is awesome. I feel like it's very thick silicone. And so then you can strain your milk and just pop it in the fridge. It has measurements on it as well, pint, milliliters, cups, and ounces. So these are the pieces that come along with it. If you haven't ordered yours, I've gone ahead and put a link down below in the description along with my link to the Miomat. Oh, see me, that's a great idea, yes. Let me grab, I'll make myself some tea in a minute. Because it did say it had an easy pour spout. And I don't have good luck with spouts. I will tell you that right now. Just one drip down the side when I pulled it back. Okay, I'm pretty stoked about that. Happy dance. Anybody else have any questions? Concerns? Do you want to see me wash the Miomat? I think you guys have, there's a video of me doing that, unless anybody really wants to watch. Oh, and Long Game says, awesome. I think this is a very thick glass. And let me see if I can, it's a thick tempered glass. And the stainless steel strainer has a 180 micron mesh. And yeah, it says control flow spout for mess-free pouring, silicone cover for safe storage, microwave safe glass. The pitcher is, and measurements on the pitcher. What could be really kind of fun is then you could put this in, literally this is what I would do. I probably only use, like when it got to half, if it was in the fridge, maybe we'd make some cocoa. The easiest way to make cocoa would be to put some chocolate chips in there, put it in the microwave, heat it all up, and then use a frother. That would be really good. If you have potions and powders, I have a date sugar cocoa mix that just uses cocoa powder, and you could go ahead and froth that in after you heat the milk, and that would work really well too. And Long Game says, this is great, I can't wait, my plastic one's beginning to come apart. Me too. So it's finally, like there's actually one little place that's like this big that's open. So I was like, actually there's two places. And so I was like, oh, am I gonna get this before I have to buy another one? But this literally fits all of my milk maker dreams. I was pretty sure I was gonna like it, so I'll tell you that. I hadn't seen it, didn't unbox it till I came here. I tested it out in front of you, so it could have been, if it wasn't working, if I pressed, then something would have gone wrong. But I feel like Eric's products are really good. Eric's communication, I think, with everybody with the delays and things has been really great too. Same place mine's coming apart, says Long Game. Yeah, right around in the inside edge. And that's where it's actually being inside the plastic. There's like a little plastic thing. Now this, and I'll show you. So it almost looks the same. Well, no, it doesn't. We've got that in here, and it's trapped between a layer of stainless steel. And you can kind of see where some of the things are to hold it. Yeah. Oh, I love hearing, Long Game says that they've been wonderful at communication. And actually, I was going to go ask him what was going on. And then he's like, oh, here's the email I sent everybody a month ago. So, you know, I just like them. I know it's really hard to wait for a new product and then have it be pushed so far out. So I appreciate you guys being so patient and understanding he's trying to do his best. Marilyn says, I love Miomat's customer service. So do I. He's been, every time they make even just a little improvement, he's been sending it to me to test. And I think that's pretty awesome too. Oh, good. CJ said I felt really confident in them when they emailed about the delay. And she also said it was great the way this poured in, because I'm not a good pourer. So if I can do that and not have it splash all over. Those of you in Kathy's Cooking Club know I can splash the milk all over the place. All right, any more questions? And I'll show you where you can order it again if you're not already waiting on it. It's Miomat.com. If you use the link below, I don't think you get any discount off of the StrainMate using my affiliate link, but you do with the Miomat. But you might. I couldn't find that in past emails. But it looks exactly like what they said it was going to look like. And they were saying use plant-based milk, Greek yogurt, cold brew coffee. You could strain tea through it, juices. And those are all some really good ideas. But you can kind of see through here. I love that it holds a whole Miomat and that it's stainless. That was what I really wanted more than anything else. And it's not inexpensive. So I want to be real clear. If you order now, it's like $100. So let's talk about why it's expensive. It's kind of a specialty product. They're the only people right now making it, so they have been working with a manufacturer to create this. And so that's going to cause a little bit more. Also the materials, like, yeah, this is $18 and you can still get this, but you're going to get it several times. I suspect that this one is going to, I expect it to easily last the 2-year guarantee and possibly last longer. We'll just, we'll just have to see, and it's not been used for 2 years, but I expect it to work. Long Game says, I really appreciate they want the best product, much more important than speed. Yes, and it can be really hard though. Like imagine they're sending emails to people that maybe don't already have the Miomat, all of them, maybe haven't all worked with them before, and to say, oh, whoops, you've spent a lot for this strainer and we're going to push it off, because so many things on like Kickstarter and things like that just kind of, in the tech world, they call it vaporware, which means it says it's coming out, but it never does. It will be treated like gold in my house. I know. That's why I'm like, it's great that it's dishwasher safe, but no thank you. No thank you. I mean, only if it was moldy or something, which would be a me problem. But yeah, all I can say is, and this is so heavy. Like, it's like really, really thick, the actual glass on this. So I feel really good about this too. And again, if you just came in, like, I can't even bend this more than that. This is really thick silicone, so it should last really, really well. So 2 thumbs up for me. Hopefully you guys will get yours, and then if you want, when you get yours, you could send some videos in and I could put it up, or we could talk about signing up and I can help you do a video with yours if you want to, because I bet Eric would love that. Yeah, Long Game's going, no dishwasher. That's how I feel too. Yeah, the lid is really, really kind of cool. And then it even goes over this. So there shouldn't, I mean, I'm always going to have a drip, but you shouldn't even really have much of that. Yeah, I feel good. Do you feel good? Yeah, it would be fun to put up all our little videos of using it. I think that could be really neat. And don't forget, if you're on Facebook, Miomat has a Facebook group. And so Eric goes in there some too. Sometimes I go in there and answer questions. You guys can always just ask me too. But also I haven't downloaded the ebook, but there's a little ebook that comes in here. Also, if you're bilingual, they have instructions in Spanish as well as English for everything. And I'm just super, super excited. And I think that's all we're going to do for today. I will have a little latte, and then I have some cleaning to do today. Big cleaning, packing videos, and things like that. But I hope you guys have just the very best day, and I am sending you many hugs.